All right, you guys, I guess we'll get it started about a minute early. Want to thank everyone for tuning in once again to Tea Time Tuesday. And of course, once again, it's that VINCE. And of course, naturally, I got my cup of tea. After all, it is tea time. Uh, Put a little cream in there, and then I'm going to have a little dinner, which is just going to be some potato soup. And then I'll have a nice little small cigar. But as always, feel free to ask me any questions. I would appreciate donating, but if not, that's perfectly fine. You don't have to pay me in order for me to answer any questions that you have, especially going over recent events and everything like that. And I think someone asked me about my mobile home. Yeah, mobile homes nowadays are going to be 90,000 and up. You see, I bought mine years ago before this housing market crash, and then I bought the very last model of the one that I got. That's why I only paid 50,000 for mine. Plus also cash talks, so all right. So tell me folks, do y'all have a cup of tea or y'all drinking something different there, you know? Of course, save all the heavy stuff until the midnight run, which of course is going to be on Friday. So let's see here. Nah, that's just my name there. Good rum. So it's quite unique. How much is my mobile home worth now? It's probably worth more because, the cost of housing has risen. Despite the fact of what most people say about mobile homes, they actually go up. They're now actually going up in value, and that's generally due to the land as well as the cost of rent, for example. Uh, so mobile homes are getting pushed up there. Yeah, I heard about Mark Curry, and I've had that happen before at other hotels where people thought that I wasn't a guest there or anything like that. Other times I use an Amex Platinum, But at the time, I had a regular Amex there, and they would actually think that a black person couldn't have an Amex card. So, yeah, you know, that's just one of those things you run into, you know. Hmm. Yeah, I guarantee that hotel got bombarded with phone calls here. So, well, my mobile home isn't small. It's about 1,000 square feet there, and then of course not counting the patio and stuff like that. You know, uh, but you know, a lot of them will run around 700. This one's a little bit larger, but how much room do you need in life, really? So, folks, go ahead and ask your questions. You don't, like I said before, you don't have to donate or anything like that. You're free to ask me whatever questions y'all have there. So, there is no $3 for a question, $10 for a twerk, 15 review a video, or $50 to twerk. So, well, Protein, even though the annual charge on an Amex card is $550, the vast majority of things that I use already pays for it there. For example, I get Paramount and Piedmont free with it. I get roadside assistance. You know, I get phone insurance with it. You know, you get a lot of premiums with it before that even kicks in. Then I get, you know, two $50 gift cards at Stacks twice a year, or excuse me, not Stack or Saks at Saks of whatever. Well, SAKS. So there's a lot of benefits, but the biggest thing is points here, as well as discounts on hotels here. I stay at a couple of hotels. It pretty much covers the cost of, you know, the annual fee, so I don't really worry about that. I don't know if a storm's coming my way. It's been kind of dark lately. Yeah, that was really wrong for that manager to threaten to fire workers here. And it sounds to me like he's been doing it for quite some time. But we're in a day and age to where, you know, that stuff can be recorded. Uh, just sometimes managers who are making like $10 or $12 an hour, they think they're top shit and stuff like that. So, uh, well, I mean, there's always Shoney's. Or oh, wait a minute, Shoney's is out of business. No, he might be able to get unemployment. May not. Who knows? We're not going to talk about Alicia Tease's video, Athens. Nasty. Nope. Yeah, I mean, condos does have its benefits here. But yeah, that's my whole thing about this home. This is 1,000 feet, and you know it's bigger than most condos here. Your average mobile home really is about 700 square feet. This one was just I just got on the closeout. Mm. Sonny's barbecue. Uh, Not sure what you're referring to. Hey, T-Bray, you're going to have to be more specific as far as the Sonny's barbecue is concerned. Oh, no, okay, okay. No, I was saying Shoney's, but Shoney's actually closed down. Used to go there a lot when I was a kid. And then there was, of course, Quincy. A big fat yeast roll is what they used to sing on TV. Little animated yeast roll saying, "The big fat yeast roll." Athens, I am definitely not a liberal. I have never, ever, ever been a liberal. Say that again one more time, I'll ban you off this channel. Just kidding. And no, I'm not a liberal. Hmm. This is pretty good coffee there. Yeah, you remember it there too. You know what really messed up Quincy's? It was just the quality of the food. They just started cheaping out and stuff. They also put stuff in those rolls to make you a lot more full. So just adding gar gum to it. So yeah, a lot of shady stuff. Hey, Andrew, thanks for tuning in to the Tea Time Tuesday. Oh, I've only been live for about 8 minutes. This is always a 1 hour show on Tuesday, and then we do of course, a 2 hour midnight run on Friday. Minimum 10 acres. That's kind of odd there. I would keep checking around, even if you have to. Uh, there's got to be plenty of other places here. I think capitalism is the foundation of our union. You know, I'm not too big. I mean, we should have some sort of social programs, especially for the elderly. But you know, a capital. I mean, the thing about it is this here with any type of socialism or communism, everyone gets the same thing regardless as to how hard you work there. So that motivates people not to work hard. You know. The next swordfish rendezvous will probably be within a week or two. It's a holiday season, so reservations are kind of crowded. All right, getting some work done here. Glad you tuned in. It's a suburb, but I do own my land and my home, so. But yes, it's a suburb. I still have to pay management fees and stuff like that, but I own it all. Athens, I never make a comment upon president until I know exactly who's going to be running for president. Because I've gotten myself in a lot of trouble a number of times. Oh, you got some sticky icky there, Raw. Overall, it won't ever break the 170 pound limit there, so. Well, Bray, life is what as far as homes are concerned, I had to move out to Piedmont, and I couldn't live in Greenville or so forth. So sometimes you got to move out. No, I'll never get a double wide. Those things are hard to move if you got to move them, and they have a lot of stability issues. No, the swordfish is a speakeasy. Ah, Pugman, I appreciate the donation there, and I'll put it towards the swordfish budget there. But glad you tuned in. Missed you on Friday's show there, so but glad you were able to tune in today. You can drive it around, but you'll need a big giant truck for it. Let me put something to you. Anything can be hauled around, even regular houses on foundations, they can be hauled around. Yeah, I heard about Mike Leach, legendary coach. Pretty sad. I mean, he had some. I think he had some heart problems before, so I think it just finally caught up there. He was only like 62. Well, I'm glad you tuned in there. Sorry you had to have a little surgery. Every once in a while the body gets a little achy wakey, so got to get a little tuck in it there. Show me a watch face. This is just an Invicta Pro Diver. I mean, it's like $50. It's an automatic, so. I mean, I got it on sale for $50 from. I think I got it at Shop HQ actually. Sometimes if you go on Shop HQ for, Invicta watches, you can find it. But the thing about it is that, while I can afford a Rolex, I could put that money towards my retirement as well as other things. But the Invicta watch, it's pretty nice. It gets the job done. It tells the time, and stuff. We won't describe that raw. Keep it clean. Stop begging, Athens. Yeah, Brad and Jay will patch things up. I'm more than sure on that here. I mean, I'm more than sure they'll patch up. They'll patch things up. They always go in and out there. They've been doing that for years. Well, I've been kind of sick for the past couple of days, so I've actually been training at home a little bit. But I train more at the gym because I have the sauna, I have the steam room, I have the hot tub, and the weights and stuff. Plus, I get to talk to all my friends and everything. So, well, Pugman, come down to the sports club there. They got a massage therapist there. So if you're in Greenville, just hop in, tell them Melvin sent you. You can't say Vince because, my name on the registry says Melvin. So. When's the last time I got laid? Maybe about a year or so. Been a while. Uh, let's see who's next here. Yeah, Andrew. He's responded to me about it. Honestly, I would rather. I tried to tell him via email or private message there. But the only way I can get through his head is if I make a video because he doesn't seem to respond. He used to respond to things that I'm trying to educate him on to, but he just stopped doing that. So, I mean, I don't like making videos about it, but the only way he actually listens is, just by making a video, I guess. So, make a video and maybe YouTube will give me $3 for it. So. I think it's a really bad idea for the Federal Reserve to buy corporate bonds. We need to get back to that gold standard. You know what I mean? Buying corporate bonds or any types of stocks there is kind of reckless. We need to reinvest in precious metals and commodities. Something that you could put your hands on, not something that's in paper or up in the air. So, uh, I think that I think buying the corporate bonds is just a very bad idea. And I try to tell people that's why a lot of these pawn shops buy gold. You always see those little signs saying we buy gold because gold is worth something, just like this here, Although it's only 14 karat gold plated, so. Is my gym a regular? No, it's a Total Trainer or Great Frex. similar to that Chuck Norris machine. I don't have much space, so I have that along with the Bowflex Max Trainer, and I actually have a video on that here. No, I wouldn't date Bo Lewis here. Athens, what is with you with these deep tissue massages here? So, or wait a minute, you said deep massage, so gotta read between the lines. Well, I'll definitely get the chicken wings, Pug Man. Thanks again for the donation there. They changed the flavors on the chicken wings as well as the ice cream. That's a cool thing about the swordfish. Whenever you order something food wise, they change it depending on the day as far as to what flavors are around. But for the most part, the Swordfish is a speakeasy. It's a drinking club, in other words, where you can get the best quality drinks there, and made by professional mixers. And you'll know the difference there if you ever go to a speakeasy. Well, yeah. I mean, I saw his last video. I've actually tuned into his live stream, and it seems as though he's actually. I think he's for he. I think it's gotten to the point to where he's answering questions without taking a donation. I suppose. I suppose that that would be good, I guess, there, but either that or he's probably got tired of me saying, his thing about donations and everything. Either that or he's just not paying attention. But I just saw him sit around for like 10 minutes there and then cut off the stream, so I don't know what's going on with him. Raw, this time I actually showed what you actually wrote there, so. You thought it would, it did cover it up, and I think that's what you were counting on, but I figured I'd let you show how much you love Pugman there, so. Well, Bean Smasher, you're welcome to drop a couple shekels in there. It's like, you ever seen that movie Breakdancing 2 Electric Boogaloo? A quarter, a penny, a nickel, a dime. Everybody in the place say, give, give, give for miracles to live. Raw, the only reason why Peloton bikes got so popular, and here's the thing, I made a little money off Peloton stock there. See, during COVID, I knew that Peloton was going to sell more because everyone was stuck indoors. But once COVID started dropping off, I got rid of all that Peloton stock there. So made a good dime on it. Peloton's going to continue going down because nobody's going to spend over $3,000 for a damn exercise bike. Especially now that Caliber Gym Supply at calibergym.com, one of my websites, to where I can sell you the exact same bike for about $400. Plus free shipping too. So I want y'all guys to think about that. So calibergym.com, check it out. But yeah, Peloton's going to go way down. I mean, at this point in time, $3,200 for a bike, and then you got this tonal. All of these fancy and expensive gadgets and stuff like that, let's go back to things. I remember those old Solo Flex commercials, Solaflex, Bowflex, and nowadays everything is trying to look streamlined, look all Hollywood, all Kardashian and stuff like that. And it's all expensive garbage, if you ask me. Do I collect coins? Yes, I collect silver and gold coins whenever I can get a good deal on it. And that's my whole thing there. We got to get back to the gold standard. So anytime I encounter precious metals or any type of silver products, I make a habit of obtaining them. And if I can obtain them for a clean price, I definitely will take them because they're going to hold their value. Gold and silver always holds its value. It's never not going to hold value. Not the same as corporate stocks and bonds or NFTs or cryptocurrency and other stuff like that. Deshaun Watson. Yeah, Rawls up there talking about those massages there. So, but I don't think he plays football. Well, Raw, remember, I still have to pay taxes on anything that's donated there. But, I definitely always appreciate Pugman's contributions here. One thing that some of these channels have been getting themselves in trouble with, and I heard about two channels getting in trouble with tax evasion, actually. I can't remember the channel's name itself. Folks, don't try to outwit the IRS. The IRS will kick your ass. Make sure you pay your taxes, okay? Just pay your taxes. Don't be a dumbass. How much do I tip for service at the Swordfish? Between $20 to $40. It just depends on how much I actually get. Proper appropriate tipping is between 5 and 20%. 20% is what you should really tip at a place like the Swordfish. So if you spend $100, your tip at the very minimum should be $20. So, but usually if I spend over $100, I'll tip them maybe $30 or $40. So. Yes, people have called me homophobic despite being a homo, and stuff. So I knew. Yeah, Timothy, I knew Peloton would dip once COVID stopped happening. So, like I said, you can. That was a good spread of cash for me there, which I put in towards my business here. So. Well, I mean, Raw, what is a gay person supposed to sound like? I mean, the thing about it is that the TV media always highlights all of those, outgoing, effeminate type gay folks here. That's all you see on TV. I mean, but I'm not just a unique gay person there. A lot of gay folks act like me, so. I get hit on women a lot, but I don't go and present myself as being I don't swing that way. I appreciate the compliment there, you know, but I'm not looking for someone right now. It's I'm working on myself is what I would generally say. You don't have to automatically go and tell everyone that you're a homo, every single swinging dick out there, or hanging taco. I mean, don't expect me to run around with a big giant rainbow flag or anything like that. Chuck Schumer or AOC? No, neither one. Ugh. Please don't mention those people ever again, Timothy. I told you I'm not a liberal, so. Hillary Clinton is not going to run for president. If she does, she'll get destroyed. No, she's one and done. Well, Raw, as long as you're training all your body parts is perfectly fine. The purpose of a home gym is to get your training done whenever you can't get to the regular gym. So you're fine on that. Well, silver is also a precious metal. It's not worth as much as gold is concerned, but a lot of people have the wrong idea as far as to what silver is here. Plus, sometimes you can go to any type of flea market or Goodwill, and some people don't recognize silver for being silver, and they just think it's metal. So, I wouldn't scratch Lenny's shins for $1 million. I think I think Argentina is going to take it there, but we'll see. I mean, we've had a lot of surprises in soccer there. Well, Ryan is exactly right. You should not put all your financial eggs in one basket. That's why I diversify. Do I use a CPAP machine? No, I sell CPAP machines. In fact, I actually ran out of the cleaner. I need to go order some more for my clients here. But no, I don't use a CPAP machine. Nope. Well, actually, I could use a ham. I could use the extension machine for 1,000, or even for free. I mean, all you have to do is wipe it off there, and you're fine. I haven't seen his face there. I've been kind of busy lately, Pugman. I saw his last video. I didn't notice a lump, but it was probably because he did have that hood on. So zodiac sign. Well, I'm an Aries, so zodiac sign. I'll have to look at that here. Oh, thanks for the. Oh, Pug man, you've been awesome there. I think you're covered for the night there, my friend. So anymore, I'm gonna start feeling real guilty, and stuff. But I definitely appreciate you donating there. Let's see zodiac signs. Uh, so my zodiac sign would be Aries. Okay, so I was right. I don't keep up with this astrology stuff too much here, so. Well, TX, I'm not really into anything in particular, you know what I mean? In fact, I'm not even been looking here. Look, at 45 there, when you get to that certain age to where you don't have time as much to chase tail. Tail chases me, so if I feel like busting some, I'll bust some and tear some up there. But right now, just chilling right now. Let's just put it that way. I have more guy friends than female friends, which, of course, being gay, that's natural to have more guy friends. I'll take the gun, Timothy. Am I still in favor of affirmative action? I've never been in favor of affirmative action there. See, here, man, I've actually ran into problems with that. When I took my test to become a corrections officer, I mean, I scored a 98 on my test, but a lot of people assumed that, I got the extra points because I was black there. Affirmative action has its pros and cons to it there. And a lot of times, for me, affirmative action works against me in terms of scores are concerned. I do remember a funny story to where it was high. I was in my high school science class, and on the final exam, I got a perfect score of 100, and the next highest score was like an 86. So I covered the spread to where I pulled their scores up and allowed them to pass. So that was something they had to thank a black person for. So, but there's pros and cons to affirmative action. Eventually, you won't see it anymore. Yep, gold is indeed the gold standard. That's something, Bayun, that a doctor would have to determine. But as far as blisters on the skin, I think a factor would be into all of his walking and bike pedaling. I mean, I'm sure there's been times to where he's caught his shins on those brake pedals there, so that doesn't surprise me one bit. I don't know. I've seen him. I've wrote, I think Frank from the gas station has written me, but I'm not sure exactly who. I got a lot of people writing in Instagram, and some of them are phony balonies here. So Trump is a former president of the United States. He'll never go to jail, and he won't go to prison. Presidents don't usually in the United States don't go to the jail. If he does go to jail, he would be the very first one. No, I don't trade in any futures or derivatives. Right now, I'm not really doing that much trading there. Part of the reason being is my Verizon stock and my other stocks have been pretty much tanking. So I've only looked at it every other day. I think my Verizon stock has actually recovered a little bit, but I'm still in the hole by like maybe $12,000. Yeah, I've heard of Ryan before. Not seen much of his work there, so. I have two medical supply sites. I'll put them down here. Caliber Fitness and Medical at caliberfitness.com and budgetmedicalsupply.com. My two medical sites. So I went ahead and put that down. You're free to check that out. Yeah, the thing in getting back to trading in futures or derivatives, you don't really want to mess with that unless you really know what you're doing. If I was wrongfully convicted of a crime that you didn't commit, what would I do? Well, I would appeal. In the meantime, I would make the best I could out of prison, you know. I mean, shitty things happen to people in life. You just got to deal with it like a man, not like a bitch, you know. You would just appeal, get a couple of attorneys on it and stuff like that. But beyond that, there's not really much you can do as far as being wrongfully convicted of any crime. You know, other than just to hang in there. But, you know, if you're wrongfully convicted or if you are rightfully convicted, you know, you just do your time there, you know. There's not anything else you can really do. I got you here. Well, if you need any supplies there, they're going to be kind of limited because that stuff gets used up a lot during this time of season where it's cold and flu season. But, yeah, I try to do the best I can to get stuff to people. I don't really have a favorite handgun. I would probably recommend, of course, naturally a 9mm. You don't want a big giant shotgun or anything like that to where you're going to be messing up your walls and everything. Raw, I sell that on the caliberfitness.com website. I do sell progesterone cream as well, so and I'm redoing calibergym.com to where it's going to be selling supplements here, so I'm actually rebooting that site, kicking off most of the other products there and just changing it around with free shipping. But I'm going to be working on that all day tomorrow. Like I said, I'm always busy. I'm always just running, so. But when you're dealing it, the reason why I got really out of because I used to mainly sell exercise equipment and supplements. But the problem is that now practically there's hundreds of companies that sell supplements here. And then Google has restrictions on selling certain supplements. Medical supplies, A lot less headache, and I don't have to go to expos to figure out which products work the best. No, I don't decorate my house at Christmas. I'll put up a Charlie Brown tree, and that's about it. I'm not a, I'm not much of a Christmassy type person there. Now, when I was with my ex-husband, yeah, we did a lot. We definitely did Christmas to the max here, and he still does. But I've never been too much of a decorating type person. Although I may get some, I might get a flower plant or something like that, a Christmas plant. Raw, why don't you? I'll let you look that up there. They're not really Ronnie Coleman's weight gain supplements. It's just a generic formula that's made by a major manufacturer. So it's just generic. I mean, it's pretty easy to make a weight gain supplement. So I mean, and there's a couple of other companies. I'm not gonna so much call them out there that have the exact same ingredients and comes from the same facility as Ronnie Coleman's. Book of Dark. I'm probably the wrong person to ask that. And I don't think this is the exact platform for something like that. If you're, the only thing I would tell you is don't try to look for a reason. Just don't commit murder or anything like that. If you have those types of thoughts, then I would suggest you see a psychologist. Nasser passed away from a heart attack in his sleep, Pugman. Here's my thing on that. At no point in time should anyone should assert themselves as being a parent. I'm not a parent of any child or anything. I don't know what children really go through per se. But with that being said, you know, children have not fully, because children have not fully developed, it can be kind of harmful to put them on any type of growth hormone, puberty, testosterone, estrogen, or anything like that because their body is still developing and it'll definitely cause problems down the line. So uh I don't think it's really a good idea unless that kid, let's say it's like a 9-year-old boy who has an issue with his endocrine system. That's where some sort of medicine would need to be taken, uh, overall, that type of stuff should be avoided until someone gets older and is already developed there, as well as to be able to make the appropriate decisions. Because sometimes parents are dumbasses. I think Big Ramy is going to take it again. But again, you have to leave the puberty blockers up to the parents to decide. But I mean, from a medical standpoint, from the medical information that I know, I don't think it's a good idea to give kids any hormones that they don't need. I'll probably be at the Arnold next year. I got to go visit my dad anyway. He's in Cleveland, so you'll probably see me at the Arnold. I know they just canceled the Arnold Amateur. I think 2 bank accounts would be good unless you run a business. In all, I have about 4 different bank accounts. But of course, I run a couple of businesses, so that's to be expected. But I don't even use any of my bank cards. I try to put everything on my Amex Platinum to get the points. I wouldn't call it so much as a based response there. It's just from a biological medical standpoint there. Uh, if a anytime a kid is taking any type of extra hormones when their body is still in production, they're still developing and maturing, then you don't need to throw anything else. It's like you got chicken soup, you already put salt in it, but hey, let's just throw a bunch more salt in it, and yeah, that's the way I look at it. It's like adding salt to something that already has, way too much sodium in it. J.K. Rowling, she wrote those Harry Potter books there. I like Harry Potter. Did she go and screw over someone or piss someone off? I haven't kept up much with her, But those Harry Potter movies were pretty awesome. You'd probably kill yourself if you were a kid if you were getting high doses of tests. So, yeah, a lot of those kids are going to be screwed up there that are taking hormones when they're not supposed to. I'm not sure who Don Long stripped for, but I'm not pissing that guy off again. I did tell you he almost kicked my ass, didn't I? At an expo one time. Aaron Singerman. He's my pal, but no comment. I know a lot of people are pissed about him going around through social media. If I was in his shoes, I wouldn't do it, but, he's a grown man, so. I'm his friend, I'm not his father. Well, excellent advice, wildlife, so. I know we got 15 minutes left, but do y'all guys want me to hang out until 9:30? If y'all want me to hang out until 9:30, give me a hell yeah in the chat. Recognize that name, Aaron Burgess. Let me make sure I got the right one. I'm thinking of a different name. I'm not sure who Aaron Burgess is. You'll have to be more specific on that. I was thinking of a different Burgess, but that wasn't the right one. Quick pump, who should I have given a kidney punch? Hell yeah? Okay. Well, we'll extend this over to 9:30, so get your questions in. So I'm actually waiting on an email, so. Are you referring to John Romano and his coin situation? That happened over 30, that happened almost 40 years ago at least, back in the late 80s here, so if that's what you're referring to. But he's did his time there, and, so. Well, Raw, you ain't got to say it like that, and I will not show that comment you made. So, but yeah. Andrew, it doesn't matter how much boxing Richard does. If he wants to really test his talents, there's plenty of local tough man contests out there in Canada that he could go to. He can also do amateur MMA. There's a lot of judo facilities. If Vegan Gains wants to get into a fight, and if he's always talking about fighting, there's plenty of places you can go fight, it's just all talk there. He gets into an argument, and all of a sudden he wants to go and box and stuff like that. And like I said, I try to avoid fights, not only because it's smart and most people got guns, but I've been in enough fights already as a corrections officer in security. And I've been hit in the face a whole bunch. I hate getting hit in the face. It hurts. When you feel bone crack up against your face there, you can feel it crack and stuff like that. And even when you hit someone, sometimes you mess up a knuckle if you hit them. You mess up a knuckle if you hit them in the mouth and stuff like that, and then it's bleeding, and you can't really bandage it up or anything. Fighting is just kind of messy. We're not going to discuss that, Raw. I have no idea. I know what he went in for, but this is like something that happened almost 40 years. Actually, it has literally been 40 years. So, my favorite pastime is reading and listening to the radio. Oh, Bean Smasher, I definitely appreciate the donation there. 1999 would actually get me about 2 cigars, actually. So I'll make sure I burn a good one there. So I don't consider myself as a father figure or anything like that. Y'all can call Jay Masters father. Since I'm black, y'all can call me brother. How about that? Y'all call me brother. Y'all call Jay Masters father. I think that works out pretty good. Yes, I am Vegan Gaines' third cousin, so I used to just roast him to pieces until I was on Ancestry and his ass seemed to pop up, and I'm not going to go over the family lineage as far as to how it happened, but it happened on my dad's side. But a lot of my family looks like Richard. My brother's name is Richard. He's a vegan, and Richard looks just like my brother at his age, exactly alike. I kid you not. I even showed Vegan Gaines Richard. I showed him a picture of my brother one time, and he agreed. So, but yeah, he actually looks like my brother at his age. So, which is kind of weird there. So, but oh well. Yeah, exactly. Fighting is not fun whenever you've been into so many fights here. And even after fighting so long there, even though I haven't been in a fight in a while, your bones still ache on occasion. Sometimes I still feel my face a little bit, and and the nerves and everything like that. It may be some type of permanent damage or so forth. It goes along with all my other aching bones and stuff. But you got to power through that type of stuff. Even though I don't show it there, you got to man up when it comes to pain. Pain. It's just like that movie Roadhouse. Pain don't hurt. Pain is a sign of weakness leaving the body. Mind. You have to put your mind over the matter. I mean, I'm aching all the time there. Believe me. But it's mind over matter. I don't think about it, and it just you just put it out of your mind. Man the fuck up. So there you go, brother Vince. There you go. So call J Masters father, call me brother. So okay, so because I am a brother. So brother. Yeah, even after dialysis, Don Long wanted to kick my ass at an expo there. He thought I did something on Get Big here. So no, I would not date Vegan Gaines here. Never. He has mental issues. No. Ugh. I mean, he's already gotten started by sticking things up his butt. But I'm not putting anything up there neither. So nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. No, nope, 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 no, nope, 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 no, no. An injury that went away from, well, probably the time I got stabbed. Well, I got shanked actually. I was doing a cell extraction and someone had gotten broken off a piece from a bunk bed. It was like a little type. It was like a little large wire or so forth, like a. I think it was a spring coil or so forth, and it got me pretty good there. So it left a nice gnarly scar on my side. That wasn't fun. Yeah, that works pretty good there, I guess. So mm. All right, folks, if you've just tuned in, the great one is going to hang out until 9:30. Uh, then we're going to go have dinner, and then I'm going to work till midnight. So get your questions in. Which celebrity's keister I would like to pound? I will not be revealing that. But I think you guys would be surprised, and it's not a guy, by the way, so. Yes, that's it's not too common of a thing, but I have I have extracted people that were taking it up the ass and stuff. So yeah, we had to separate those two. So, but that's it's not too common, but it happens. I mean, if if all they're doing is jerking off there, I just walk past it there. The most common thing you'll run into is people jerking off there. And usually they'll cover up with the sheets and you can see it moving. You can see the sheets moving up and forward. Now, some of them, they know that we're about to walk by and they'll just go and start pounding. They'll just start pounding their meat right in front of me. I'm like, ugh. And I just walk off. I don't write them up or anything. Because what good is it to do to write them up there, Just going about my business. No need to waste that type of paperwork. Mainly, much like anything else, my knees and my elbows. I mean, just from reckless heavy lifting. But nothing I mean, nothing a little bit of Advil on occasion wouldn't take care of. But, when you get older, usually the first things that start aching is any type of joints. Why is it victim blaming? Well, that depends there. As far as that's concerned, that's a 50-50 type thing. You can give someone a warning saying, "Hey, don't go through that door" or anything like that. But if you don't give any pretext as far as the why, then it's not really much of a warning. The better thing as far as warning people not to go is just to tell people to be careful. But, as adults, we have the right to make our own decisions. If Jasmine Lee's vegan gains, would that be the end of his life? It would hit Richard pretty hard, that's for sure. No daddy. Call brother. No, Rawl, I was kind of disgusted because you got to remember there's no lube in the prison. So, yeah. Took a lot of bleach. But fortunately, I didn't have to clean it. That was the trustees. But, folks, I mean, as far as poo is concerned, sometimes in cell extractions there, especially when it was in Red Pod, some of the inmates, they will actually overflow the toilet And they'll cover the ground with poop, and they'll put their hands with poop in order for you to get an infection and stuff like that. They'll sharpen up their fingers on the walls and stuff. So yeah, I gotten a lot of shit on me before. I got a cup of urine thrown on me on my first day. So I mean, it's part of the job. You deal with it. Like a man, not like a bitch. I would certainly wish Richard can talk about how he can beat me and everything else, but he has no idea what I've actually been through in life. And him playing hockey, him trying to compare playing hockey or hitting his head on the wall is just ridiculous. You know. My favorite Elvis song actually is "In the Ghetto." Actually, I always like singing that on karaoke. But of course, I mean, there's a lot. I like a lot of Elvis's songs. There's not one. I can't think of one that I don't like. Oh, that's awful good of you, Dale. Favorite Queen song: Bohemian Sympathy. Symphony, excuse me. Say, brother, Raw. No, no big candy. Mm-mm. I did meet a wrestler at one time back in the '80s. No longer alive. His name was Ray Candy. That's one of the reasons why I don't want to go by Big Candy. Reminds me of him. I think it's always good to flap at least once or twice a day. If you've ever watched The Wolf of Wall Street, McConaughey was exactly right in terms of that as flapping. I don't believe in no flap month or anything. You should at least flap once a day, just to keep the juices flowing, to make sure you're not concentrating on something else. This was in 1999, Raw, so Genova wasn't even in the picture. I don't think some of you people that are posting probably weren't even born. But I'm glad you're on the channel there. But this is a very long time ago, folks. Elvis was a great guy. He did great music, and stuff. He had swag. He had style. No, I didn't find Mercury attractive because he had a mustache there. But you got to remember, this is one of those '60s, '70s type people. So, uh, next question. Yeah, fap is the same thing. Oh, so you were indeed around. So, yep. Way older than I am there. But yeah, it's good to fap once a day. So everyone should do that. It's also for good health there, and it helps you concentrate and get through the workday. No, 5 times is too much, Jamie. You need to cut it out there. So yeah, I grew up watching Pork Chop Cash there and the Bruise Brothers. They were on a lot of regional shows. When going to a wrestling event was a normal thing to do on a Saturday. No, I'll never do a 7 hour live. I think the most I'll ever do is 2 hours. Although, when I do the movie night with Birth of a Nation, that movie is about almost 4 hours. So I guess that will technically be a 4 hour live stream. I've been to Orange County before in California. Yeah, the weather is pretty good there. It's been quite some time. No, I don't think Vegan Gains has never been in a fight there. Anyone that's been in a lot of fights won't talk about fighting. Someone that talks a lot about fighting someone, chances are has not really been in any fights here, or you know. You notice I don't talk about fighting because I've been in enough fights. I don't want to fight anymore. I want to be a lover, not a fighter. Hey, Andrew, even all that stuff is, yeah, there's a lot of myths in OC there, Jamie. Any type of place, including in Florida, where people are going to be leaving to retire, which I don't know why someone would retire in California. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of myths. No, I don't like either one of those types of porns, Andrew. Get your mind out of the gutter. All right, we're going to move on to the next question. Raw, you get your mind out the gutter, man. Yeah, I'm glad I cleared the air with John Romano. We've been going at it for almost literally about 25 years. I think he was tired of it. I was tired of it. It just had to end, you know. Yeah, cigars can give you oral cancer. Just about anything can give you cancer in this day and age. But it's important that you have to balance out enjoying life. Uh, as far as that's concerned. So, but yes, cigars can cause oral cancer. So can air, so can water, so can food, so can living around a nuclear power plant, so can air pollution, so can asbestos, I mean, my granddaddy, he dipped and smoked and lived to be 90, so. And then there's other people that I know that never drunk or smoke or anything, and they're dead at 40 from cancer. So it's kind of weird. So really, I've not eaten too much Vietnamese food there. I've only had it maybe like once or twice. It definitely isn't. It's definitely not Japanese or Chinese food. That's for sure. Richard threw another tantrum. I'll have to check that out after the show. I wasn't aware of it. I've been working all day on the website. No, my parents don't accept me being gay. But that's okay. I never actually can. You if you guys remember my policy there, I don't think it doesn't make sense to go out and tell your parents that you like fucking men or anything like that. I actually ended up getting outed. So after yelling and screaming about me going to hell, it was just never brought up again, just the way I liked it to begin with, you know. I think who I sleep with is of no one's business here. Like I said, you won't find me running around with a big giant rainbow flag there, and stuff. I'm a pretty private person. I like keeping things to myself. I don't need to put it out on Facebook or social media or on OnlyFans like Richard does or Frank Tefano or these other people. Richard will eventually get into a fight and, he's going to get hurt really bad. Mountain Dew alcohol. Ew. Ugh. My top five Olympia predictions. I'll get to your question in just a minute, Andrew. Well, before I go through the five top predictions, you'd have to pay me a lot to drink a Mountain Dew alcohol. I've had a Starbucks coffee alcohol before, so that'll be pretty interesting to hear. My top five predictions. I think Rami is going to take it, and then actually, I think Nick Walker is going to take second. Either Curry or Bonac is going to be third and fourth, respectively. Michael Krizo could walk into third or fourth, but I think he'll take that fifth position. I don't think he. I think with all the shows that he's done, I think he's going to come off slightly. Well, that's not a nice thing to say, but he is in his 60s here, so can't always be worse. Well, yes, I believe in God. There had to be someone that created us. I mean, the last thing I want to believe is just that we die and we rot in the dirt and stuff, you know. I'm not sure if there's that many. Like I said, I'm not. I've been to California. But I don't know the population or demographics. What'll happen is Richard will hesitate in his first fight. He'll hesitate to throw a punch. And then he'll get punched. That's if he does either an MMA or a tough man contest. I think he should do a tough man contest. What do you think, folks? If Richard should do a tough man contest, give me a hell yeah in the chat. I think a tough man contest would straighten him out. And I've done security at a tough man contest before, folks, as well as many other events. And believe me, people usually get their aggression worked out really quickly in the ring. Whether they're beating on someone or whether someone's beating on them, they definitely get all that energy out. Yeah, I've met Brandon. He's a cool dude there. He's a good guy. Yeah, I'll be watching the Olympia on Friday. Of course, we're going to be doing the midnight run naturally. But yeah, I'll be tuning in and watching and seeing what happens. I will not be attending the Mr. Olympia. I haven't attended the Mr. Olympia in over a decade, so. Yes, Raw, he should have fiberized her first. Oh boy. But yeah, Greg Valentino, that's why they call him the freak, rambling freak there, you know. I don't want Richard getting hurt, but you know what? I think Richard should get hurt. He should actually get into a really physical confrontation, and that way he learns his lesson about always goading for a fight, you know? Because fighting doesn't solve anything, but because he's not really been in any fights, and you can tell because he's always talking about fighting there. He needs to get himself into a real fight, and then, you know, once he starts getting himself into fights, whether it's tough man or MMA, that energy will be worked out really quickly. No, I don't think children should be prosecuted as adults here. I think the cutoff point should be 16, actually. But at the same time, that doesn't. I also don't think kids, if they've committed a brutal crime, should be let out at 18. They should stay in a mental facility for a indeterminate amount of time. But I never thought about prosecuting children as adults because it's an oxymoron. They're children. Why would you process how can you process a 12-year-old as an adult there? They can't vote, they can't smoke, they can't think. You know, they're still picking their nose. They probably don't produce, you know, just, it's, no other country prosecutes children as adults. They prosecute children as children. We're the only country that prosecutes children as adults. The only country. Sad vegan, I wouldn't bother even fighting Richard. Not even worth it. Unless he came at me and then I would end it pretty quickly. But it's, like I said, folks, fighting doesn't solve anything. And considering how many fights and stuff that I've been in there, you know, it's not something that pertains to too much of my interest. Boogers are not healthy or unhealthy. It is a basically it's waste. It's waste in your nose basically, and you're supposed to clean out your nose. So cleaning out the boogers out of your nose is no different than wiping your ass with a tissue. It would be interesting. That's why I would like to see him in a tough man contest. He should sign up for a tough man contest. Well, there's better way of dealing with children there. I mean, if you're gonna, it's a slippery slope there, Jamie. I mean, you're when you say you're prosecuting a kid as an adult, it doesn't make sense because you recognize that they're not an adult, yet you're going to prosecute them as an adult. There's a lot better options than prosecuting a child as an adult. First off, you got to figure out why did they commit those murders to begin with there. But prosecuting kids as an adult is just not, no other country does it except us. It's possible if they are lost causes, then they should be locked into a mental facility for the rest of their lives. Parents should also be prosecuted in certain circumstances as well. If they fail to get the recognized mental behavior or so forth, because like I said, a kid isn't going to just do something like that at random. There's just a lot of things. Well, you stand in the shower and you let water run over it, and then you just take your finger and just do this. I mean, I have battery packs and solar panels in case the power goes off. But no, I'm not a prepper. I'm not doing any tough man contests. I don't have anything to prove. Would I ever fight Vegan Gains for a lot of money? Nope. Don't need it. No World Wrestling match. No, I've never tried poppers. That stuff is dangerous. Sniffing nitrates, that'll mess with your heart. I mean, poppers actually started in the porn industry back in the 70s in order for performers to keep hard. But they're just dangerous. But let's not talk about poppers or gay shit up here. This is Vince. This is the tea time, so maybe I'll have a gay chat live stream perhaps one of these days. But today ain't that day. Yes, a rapist should be held responsible. Boy, you're a really dark person, Book of Dark. Jamie, they're stimulants. No, they don't help you relax. Yes, I always have coffee and a smoke every morning. I mean, sometimes I'll go to the gym first and then I'll have a coffee and then I'll put off a smoke until the afternoon. But for the most part, yeah, I'll either have a coffee or a cigar, or I'll actually have I do have a tobacco pipe. I don't smoke one on a live stream because it has a tendency to go out there. But yeah, that's generally the way I start a good morning. I did do a review on that. That was a couple of years ago. That was kind of a funny fight. So. I was joking about the gay chat. There will never be a gay chat. I don't see any point of it there. I mean, I commentate on bodybuilding, fitness, mints and stuff like that. I don't think any of you guys want to hear about uh, what I actually, well, let's leave it at that. No gay chats. A full day of eating. Steel cut oatmeal in the morning. Grilled chicken and asparagus in the afternoon. Maybe in the evening, probably the same thing, or maybe some either beef or fish or so forth. But just about all my meals, lunch and dinner, have asparagus in it, or with rice. But nothing crazy. I usually use an espresso pot, but sometimes I'll use the French press. It just depends on what I feel like. Uh, I'm not a weed type person. Plus, weed, it's easier to obtain tobacco than weed, and it's also legal as well. Well, I use good toothpaste and I go to the dentist. A lot of times after I smoke, I'll brush my teeth as well. So, well, you do talk about a lot of dark stuff there. So, no, there won't be no gay chat ever. I mean, there's plenty of them around here, but I mean, I'm pretty comfortable with myself there. I mean, I got no problem. I'm always gonna be myself and everything like that. But again, it's it's just not part of my shtick or anything like that. I'm the thing about it is that's not why you guys tune in, and it's not something that I don't. It's not something I discuss much here unless I'm talking to my gay friends here. I think that would be the best way to answer that. But no gay chat. I don't know. Not sure. Well, tobacco, as far as smoking is concerned, it helps me relax. And also it gets my day started. It's a very relaxing thing, especially in the evenings after working hard. It's also good for getting rid of stress. Good old fashioned medicine. That and a nice cup of brandy as well. So, brandy and cigar at night, coffee and a cigar in the morning. Can't go wrong with that. I don't know, Jamie. I don't keep up with people's OnlyFans accounts uh, unless I decide to look for it. So, which I won't. Yeah, Johnny was pretty. I pretty much expected Johnny to, literally rip Aaron Singerman. That was to be expected. She has a gut. Well, good for her. So, well, I'm in South Carolina. The stuff is actually illegal. I mean, I knew the video was happening before he even put out the video. But I mean, it was to be expected. It was kind of funny. So, what do I think of live feeding videos? You'll have to be more specific. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Oh, Vegan Gains is going live? Hmm. Let's see what old Broccoli Boy is up to. Yeah, he is live. I don't know if he's gaming or not. I don't care. So. You shouldn't feed a hamster the ants. That's animal abuse. No. Uh if you're I mean, the thing about it is feeding a hamster ants is one thing. Now, if you're feeding insects to a frog or a turtle or so forth, that's perfectly fine because that's what they're normally going to eat. If you're feeding your pet, for example, that's one thing. But doing something like feeding a hamster the ants, that's not cool. I don't want to see that. So I know there's a YouTube channel that I saw called Frog Time, and they start playing this type of boss music whenever the frog comes in and he starts eating something. So, well, I mean, I had stayed on a little longer for you guys because I was still waiting on an email, but it's came in now. So, like I said, I'm gonna have dinner and I'm gonna work until like 1 or 2 in the morning. So I don't want to be up until 3 in the morning. I'm a hard working brother, so. Well, that was also awful nice of Aaron to do bicep curls in honor of me. So he is. Yeah. Let's see.
Dude, a lot of Johnny Shreve's bullshit.
Fuck him. I don't care. I'm hanging with you guys here. And speaking of hanging, we got 5 minutes left, so get your questions in. So. Instead of getting Remy, get ABK6 EXO. You're gonna like that a lot better than Remy. Don't get the Christian Brothers. Get ABK6. If you try their EXO version quick pump, you're gonna love that even better than the Remy. He doesn't. I've said it a million times. He does need a vacation. Yeah, that was an awkward moment there, but once I took my aspirin roll, I was perfectly fine. I had just got finished training and then I did do the live stream, so it was. I really shouldn't have. I should have took aspirin first there, but I'm cool. But it definitely wasn't one of my highlights of my moments here. So, but you didn't see me screaming out in pain or anything. I was just doing the Dexter wiggle. So, yes, I've eaten a frog. I've had frog legs. I've had turtle soup as well. So, yeah. Well, I definitely appreciate the donation. Answer that, I certainly hope that never happens. Believe me. I don't want anything bad happening to Richard or Jasmine. I want Richard to be healthy, surprisingly enough. That's why I said that he needs to take a vacation and get away from that computer and stop debating because he's worn out at this point. I definitely appreciate it. It's an old shirt. It's something something that I wear while I'm working. And I'm always a vest person. I was a little cold, so. And if you wear a lot of clothes when you're around the house instead of walking butt naked, you save on your heat bill. Whoa. You're quite welcome, Quick Pump. ABK6, you'll like the XO better than the Remy. Jamie, I can't unblock that, but that's some hardcore stuff here. So. No, I said turtle soup raw. But I've had frog legs and I've had turtle soup. It would have to be outdoor footage. I can't film in the gym that I go to. Well, you can get staff anywhere. There's not a specific way you can get staff, but you can. But are you talking about Richard? I wasn't aware that he had gotten staff. All right, folks, 3 minutes left. Get your questions in. Bean Smasher, I appreciate the donation, but you got to understand that it's halfway up. There's no way I can turn the camera down to where I can do any type of crip walk. Not only that, I have carpet, so maybe one day. He needs both. A vacation will temporarily help him, but if he goes back to his same activities, then he'll need another vacation. But he actually needs a change in lifestyle as well. But Bean Smasher, thanks again for the donation. I like New Year's resolutions, but people should start earlier or not wait until New Year's. If you need to get something done, do it now. So, no, I don't really believe in New Year's resolutions. If you need to get some stuff done, get it done. Yeah, vacation's only temporary, but it would help him now as as part of a solution. Brad would kill Big Rock Fitness. Well, if you donate $100,000, and I'll stay up here for an entire week with 8-hour breaks for sleep. So, all right, folks, we're gonna close it out with I don't know. Y'all want to hear Sanford and Son? Let's hear some Sanford and Son. My birthday is April 6, 1977. All right. All right, folks, we're going to close it out with a little Sanford and Son. Come on, folks. It's Tuesday. Get on up. All right, everybody. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to Tea Time Tuesday. Don't forget, Friday is the midnight run. May do an extra live stream for the Mr. Olympia. You folks have a good night. Get me some dinner, and I'm going to go get to work. Take care, and as always, peace and soul.